Hey, welcome. Thank you for joining. If you're joining me from anywhere, and in a very short while, we'll go discussing on this beautiful day something that I believe will be useful and significant to someone. I really do believe so. All right. So let's get started. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? For so many years, the women folk, women, ladies, have been clamoring and fighting for gender equality. Now, this fight for gender equality has actually lasted for very, very many years. And for whatever reason, it seems that they are not, getting it the way they want it. It seems that women will never, as it were, become equal to men. And is that how it should be? What should their fight be? Should their fight be to be exactly equal to men? Is it true that what men can do, women can also do? In this series, I want to provide some answers that I believe will help women significantly emerge and become everything that they are supposed to be. You are not actually meant to be a second class individual. You can live a life of significance and you can make impact as a woman. The first thing I need for women to begin to think critically about or begin to redefine or reapproach is their definition, especially as it regards their emotion. It's been said that women are emotional beings, and now that makes them different from men. Men are logical. It seems the logical approach to things that men have enables them to go out there and strategize properly and approach things properly and are able to win some ground, right? But because women are emotional, when things come up, when challenges face them on the way to their journey, they get all manner of emotional displays play out, right? They get melancholic sometimes. Sometimes they get choleric. You know, in fact, they just display all manner of emotion that makes it practically impossible for them to achieve what it is that they are supposed to achieve. But today, I'm asking the ladies: is there a way that you can maintain your feminism? Is there a way that you can maintain the beauty of your emotion? Because I'll be funny to tell you to discard your emotion. You cannot, because your emotion is your beauty. Your emotion is what God gave you, right? To be beautiful. Your emotion expresses your uniqueness. Your emotion expresses your difference. Your emotion expresses your beauty. So I will never ask you to discard your emotion, right? But I'm gonna ask you, how can you inculcate the logical approach of men and merge it perfectly with your emotional being, right? And men are even being advised to get emotional. So I think the balance is for the two genders to learn from one another and take from one another that which makes them unique and mix it up together. A man cannot be so logical to the point that he kills all of his emotions. Men are encouraged to be emotional. Men are encouraged to cry. In fact, it was Bishop T.D. Jakes who wrote a book and titled it Emotion, right? And in that book, he was simply trying to say, listen, guys, do yourself some favor. Be emotional. Cry, right? Don't go carrying yourself with that masculine disposition and feeling like it's not manly to cry. Says who? I'm telling you, says who? So are you trying to tell me that Jesus is not man enough? Because Jesus cried in many instances in the Bible, right? And the weeping prophets of old, they are not men of God because they wept, because they cried. No, crying is not gender sensitive. A man should cry just like women cry, right? And women should be logical just like men are logical. If they are able to marry the two, the logical disposition of men and their emotional being together, they will really begin to win in this life. On today's point, I want to talk about, I wrote it down here, for you to be a classic woman in this world, you need to immune your future from the toxicity of your yesterday. Immune your future from the toxic um, exposures that you have had in your yesterday and even in your today. What I'm trying to say is that do not allow your today, the negativities of today, the failures of today, the mistakes of today, do not allow your today terminate, abort, or truncate your future, your tomorrow. So immune guarantee a strong immunity for your future. You must keep, the picture of your future. Uh, um, let me get permit me. Let me read it the way I wrote it. You must keep the picture of your future if you must overcome the failures of your past. You must look to the picture of your future if you must overcome the failures of your past. Ladies, you guys must, and I'm using the word must very consciously, become tomorrow thinkers. You must become futuristic in your thinking, in your approach. Make your future so significant that your yesterday disappears. See what I'm saying? Make your future so significant that your yesterday disappears. Do you know that your yesterday is not strong enough to mess up your future? I give you an example. You know about Ruth and Boaz, and Ruth, for example, is not qualified to be among the people who should ever be mentioned or who should have been mentioned in the lineage of Jesus. But get what, get what? She was mentioned. She was a Moabite. How can a Moabite woman be listed, right, among the lineage of Jesus? But Ruth just stayed on a path that guaranteed her beautiful future, regardless of her past. Another woman, I'm here looking at another woman, and then you can read the book of Ruth, chapter 4, 13 to 22. I'm here looking at another woman whose story wasn't even very palatable. Her story wasn't even really good. Rahab. But Rahab also is in the lineage of Jesus. So how come Rahab made it to the lineage of Jesus? Ruth made it to the lineage of Jesus. Ruth was the great grandmother of David, the greatest warrior Israel had ever known. She was the great grandmother of Solomon, one of the wisest men who ever lived here on earth. So through Ruth and Boaz came the precious Son of the living God, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. So did you see what's going on here? God himself did not consult their past to decide their future. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter what the devil do. The devil might want to remind you of yesterday, but you don't have to listen to him. Why? Because God will not consult your past to determine your future. Your past is over. You have to learn to tell the devil that. You have to learn to tell the devil and say to him, my past is over. And not just say that to the devil. Please learn to act like that. Act like someone whose past is over. Think like someone whose past is over. Talk like someone whose past is over. Live like someone whose past is over. Classic women will always focus their energy towards their future. They will always focus their energy towards their future. Think about this. And I believe you will learn some wisdom that will help you become a classic woman. Love you so much. This is your brother, your friend Samuel Nnamdi. I'll see you again on the next video. Bye bye now.